The Earth is divided into the inner core and outer core, the mantle and the crust. The crust is broken up into plates. Convection current in the mantle causes the plates to move in different directions. Most earthquakes occur at the plate's boundaries, and this photo shows where the plate's boundaries are. Where plates converge, one plate is drawn slowly beneath the other. This takes place over thousands of years. Where plates collide, rock layers are forced upwards, creating mountains. Where plates diverge, lava emerges from the mantle and cools to form new sections of crust. Diverging plate boundaries are often found underwater. Other plates move very slowly alongside each other. Faults are found at the edges of these plates where the crust is moving in different directions. In some places, plates become locked together. Energy builds up in these locked places. The point of friction is known as the hypocenter. When the plates give, the stored energy is released in the form of an earthquake. The point of the earthquake's origin is known as the hypocenter. An earthquake emits its power as three waves of energy. Primary, or P waves, are felt as a sudden jolt. Secondary, or S waves, arrive a few seconds later and are felt as a more side-to-side shaking. Surface waves radiate outwards from the epicenter. The point on the surface directly above the hypocenter and arrive after the main P and the main S waves. There are two types of surface wave with different movements. Rayleigh waves create a rolling up and down motion. Love waves, named after mathematician A.E.H. Love, cause the ground to twist from side to side. These two types of surface waves cause great damage to buildings.
It may be coming, but we just don't know when. People walk around the streets of Australia oblivious to the fact that at any moment disaster can strike. And very few things are as uncertain as an earthquake. Scientists and seismologists are constantly working towards an answer, the ability to predict earthquakes. We can measure their destructive size, power and strength. We still do not know when or where they are going to strike. The Richter scale was developed by Charles Richter of the California Institute of Technology in 1935. It is also known as the Richter magnitude scale. It is used to measure the intensity of the earthquake. A single number is assigned to quantify the amount of seismic energy released by an earthquake. This assignment is made after calculations using information gathered by a seismograph. Each level is 10 times stronger than the previous level in the Richter scale. As like 2 is 10 times stronger than 1, 3 is 10 times stronger than 2. From 1 to 4, they occur daily. From 5 to 6, they occur monthly. From 7, monthly. 8, yearly. And 10 is extremely rarely for them to happen. Like, extremely rarely. violently struck Japan would cause tremendous chaos in Australia. The buildings in Japan are specifically built to withstand force, such as the 8.9 magnitude quake that struck it. Australia, on the other hand, has witnessed very few earthquakes, and so is not prepared for something like this. Following the massive quake came an even more devastating tsunami. Now, if an earthquake big enough to trigger a tsunami hit Australia, it will wreak havoc upon it, since 8% of the Australian population lives on the coast of the country.
Australia has had its fair share of earthquakes, the most devastating to be the 1989 Newcastle earthquake. It measured 5.6 on the Richter scale, 13 lives were lost and approximately 16 people were injured or hospitalized. 300,000 people were affected, 50,000 homes were damaged and 300 buildings were demolished. The damage was estimated at $4 billion. But this was not the strongest earthquake ever recorded in Australian history. In Western Australia, a 7.6 magnitude earthquake was measured, but in a deserted place, so there was no major damage or lives lost. Bottles fell off shelves 500 kilometers away, and that's about it.